I think we have all had those seasons in our lives where it just feels like everything is falling apart, right? Like you can't win for losing. Like everything you do, there seems to be something wrong. Something is not working out. Maybe there's a loss of some sort. Maybe a relationship ends. Maybe there's a job ending. It just feels like you can't win for losing. And then you find yourself in a season of isolation where you feel all alone. And I have had several experiences like that in my own personal life, family, where I just kind of felt like, man, I can't win for losing, right? Like I'm all alone, like I'm isolated, like I'm going through this journey by myself. And family, I want to come and remind you and encourage you that, when we are in these seasons of isolation, that this too shall pass. Every time I've been in my season of isolation, it's like, this is never going to end. Why am I experiencing this? Why am I going through this by myself, right? There's nobody that understands me. I feel like I'm walking this walk by myself, that everything I'm doing isn't working out for me, that I don't have the love and the support and the people and the resources that I need to get where I need to be. Why am I going through this? And one of the things I realized and learned, family, is that when you are in a season of isolation, sometimes you're chosen to be there, because a season of isolation, once you come out of it, really makes you better. A better version of yourself, a better all-around person, more empathetic, more loving, successful, happy, but you have to go through that tough time. And I feel like there's no roadmap, right? No one teaches us how to make it through tough seasons of isolation. No one tells us what we need to do or how we're supposed to do it. It's just something that we personally walk through on our own, all alone. And some of the things I've realized, family, is when we are in a season of isolation, we go through a season of isolation so that we can be refined, right? What does that mean? To be better, sharper, more polished, refined. When we're going through a season of isolation, people are removed from our lives. And although it doesn't feel good, family, I realize it is good. When a person is removed from your life, from a relationship that didn't work out, from a situation that was going nowhere, from a dead end situation, it feels like rejection, and then you feel isolated, right? As a chosen person, when you are called to do something great, called to be something greater than yourself, you have to be isolated, because it is a period of time where it needs to be you by yourself going through it. And I remember studying the story of an eagle, and I remember learning about them and that they go through this period of isolation and they're not flying as effectively or catching prey as effectively. They go to the top of the mountain and they do this by themselves. And it takes a period of like 150 days from what I hear for them to do this. And they beat off their beak against the rock, right? And they rip out their talons, which are their nails. And they go through this period of vulnerability where they're alone, nobody but them, right? In a weakened state. But then their beak grows back. Their talons grow back. And it is said, once they go through that phase, they mount up with a new strength and they are able to soar higher, to fly longer and lock and prey from miles away. But they wouldn't be able to be a better version of themselves had they not gone through that tough period of isolation, family. And I know you've been there. We've all been there. And sometimes some of us don't make it out right? We don't make it out of the season of isolation. Some of us become bitter, not always better. And I want to encourage you to stay the course, as we know it is not easy. There's no roadmap to go through this season. Nobody's going to tell you how you're going to make it. People cannot do for you what you have to do, you and God, you and the universe, whoever you. Nobody's going to be there for you but you. Because it's a season where you are growing all on your own. And yes, you have love. Yes, you have support. Yes, you have resources. But there's some things in life that we have to walk all on our own, that only we can get through by ourselves so that we can become that best version of ourselves. So as you're walking through this season of isolation, it's refining you. You're becoming a better version of yourself, who you are. People will be stripped out of your life. Things will be removed from your life, but it's all for a reason. And no, there may not be instructions on how to get through it. There may not be instructions on what to do, but a few things that helped me in my periods of isolation. When you walk the way is made. It's always made. When you take that step into the unknown, when you overcome those fears that you're dealing with, when you walk the way is made, family, every single time. Right? When you step outside of that comfort zone and trust and have an inner knowing that this too shall pass, and trust and have an inner knowing that it's going to be better, that you won't always be in this situation, that you won't always be in this weakened state, that you are coming out of this better, faster, and stronger than you ever were before. The period of isolation always comes to those who are chosen to be great, chosen to do something great, chosen to walk a walk that the average man cannot walk, chosen to be a person that the average person cannot be. Nothing about your life will be easy, but everything about it will be impactful. And when you're going through these seasons of isolation, trust and know you are on the right path, even though you're making the path as you're walking it, that you are going in the right direction. Because one of the things I learned is that sometimes winning doesn't feel like winning, right? It kind of feels like a duty, like a day-to-day, everyday in and out situation. And that is how a period of isolation is. You kind of feel all alone by yourself in a weakened state, sometimes vulnerable, not knowing what to do, but just know if you put one foot in front of the other, right? If you continue to do those things in your life that take you to a better feeling state, if you continue to surround yourself with the individuals that are going to assist you and motivate you and strengthen you during your season, you will make it out better than ever. Better than ever, family. Because when you are set apart because in the future, you're going to do something bigger and greater than you can ever do as your current version of yourself. So in this period of isolation, understand and know everything that you want wants you. Everything is working out for you, and everything that you need is coming to you very soon, family. It is only a season. Stay inspired.